We are live. I'm gonna play some chess here. Looking forward to some good games. Let me make sure this is working. Okay, looks like it's working. So I'll be screen sharing chess.com. This is the new Crazy House variant, which I've been playing for a few months now. I created an account on LI Chess also, which had a little stronger competition. LI Chess is like a European based out of France, open source that had some stronger players than this. However, that one had slower. Chess.com is a better server. The better program, less waiting, better general. However, the competition in LI Chess was superior. So I have it in the link for anyone I'm playing with. I've played in quite a few of these. You could see, my prizes here, all these trophies I've earned. So, doing pretty good in these tournaments. I've been performing pretty good actually. I have 98 trophies so far. So you see my trophies, 55 first places, and a lot of these are in Crazy Horse. I play all these. The competition, these arenas is not nearly as strong as the tough competition. But for the general arena, like I'm doing pretty good. I'm winning, so pretty happy with that. Um, okay, one second. My phone's ringing. So tournament's gonna start in like 6 minutes. Hello. Okay, so see, we got 6 minutes left. Already 19 players. I got my rating just over 2,000. So presumably some stronger players will come in. The advantage of this is the very quick wins. So if anyone sees me playing in these tournaments, I usually play like the King's Gambit and King's Indian Defense, which lead to very attacking games. They're fun for very quick thinking, and I do this largely just to keep my mind quick. Some deep thought also. I don't have enough time to go into the deep strategy and very complicated thought to study chess, and mental overload, as I said on a lot of these other streams, where Doooovid is just on mental overload. I'm studying so much things, and my mind is just overloaded. I'm reading so much stuff. Like I got constantly, all these books I showed my library on the past stream. And my father has probably over 1,000 chess books. I had about 50 chess books, and I gave them away to the Detroit City Chess Club. So that I decided I'm never going to be able to compete formally in major tournaments. So therefore, I stopped studying chess. I was only competitive as a junior, only reached about 2,000, which is pretty good enough to win a lot of these amateur tournaments. But like top play, the grandmasters and all that stuff, Doovid's not even close. Doovid, can't really compete. So I got Babs Cast here. Like appreciate your streaming again soon. If you could, if you do a more controlled stream, might be more interesting. I guess your open streams are, whatever enjoyment you get out of doing those, good for you. However, just to talk like new ideas in Judaism or different Jewish related stuff without your typical guest load that makes that more difficult or less interesting to do. But good for you. Good, you're up streaming again. So you got 33 players now. I'm still the highest rated player by over 200 points. So this should be a fun one to stream. I assume some stronger players will come in, give me some competition. But I thought I'd stream this so some of the people who see me play and win these, we could talk a little bit about opening theory and just seeing some nice crushing defeats. A lot of very specific attacks, like mating attacks. So like when I play the regular bullet tournaments and I play like your 1 minute and the King's Gambit, those lead to some nice attacks and mating. But most of those come into the end game. End of the day, most games, even if you get an attack, you win some material, and it grinds down to an end game. And it's fun. I enjoy doing that. There's good mental exercise, and end games maybe even better. But the crazy house is kind of like this one board bug house where you have these crazy attacks and these mates. Like a lot of the players don't even get out of the opening. There's a lot of opening traps, and it's pretty fun and exciting. So like I'm pretty excited about this crazy horse. I'm gonna have 100 tournament wins pretty soon. Thank God. On chess.com, I almost always finish in the top three. Rare tournament do I enter that I don't finish in the top three. Even some of these bullet tournaments where you have hundreds of players, thank God, I'm doing pretty good. Um, so there's a lot of opening theory. Like as I said, I popped on to hey Jay, thanks for joining. I know Jay's a chess player, and like maybe I'll join your broadcast tomorrow night after sundown. So glad to see you streaming, and Jay, you want to see some serious chess going on. Doovid is a ranked chess player. Doovid is an internationally known chess player. I play in Arena Kings constantly, and do pretty well. To say like I have 98 tournament victories under my belt, soon to be over 100. I'm playing quite a bit recently because I'm just in like mental overload, and chess somewhat I don't call it like a waste of time. It's a kid's game or whatever. Maybe it has karmatic implications, but it's a little bit fun to just keep my mind sharp. And there's a little bit of a leveling factor of Crazy House, where some players I'm substantially better than beat me, and a lot of players who are better than me will. Okay, so that's the 1 minute warning, so it's coming up. And Tom, thanks for joining. Got my mod in the chat. So Tom, I'm not sure if you played Crazy House, the one board bug house. I've been really enjoying it. I played on Li Chess, and I saw there were players substantially better than me, and had some opening theory developed. I have a little opening routine that I've developed that leads to pretty nice attacks, kind of like a fried liver attack style type thing. Old bug house strategy. But people who play bug house, this is much more controlled because you control. You have complete control. There's no communication asking for pieces from your opponent, from your partner, because the pieces come from the pieces you take. You have to feed your own attack. So, like I would consider playing Bug House, like trying to play both boards or getting a partner, but I don't have enough time. Okay, so here we go, and we're off. First round, I'm playing a higher rated opponent, and I have black. So, the color could be a substantial advantage. Here you usually go for the pin, work on this F7. F7 is F2, F7. These squares are usually the pivotal weakness to try to work on. And I've tried exchanging, but open up the rook, and it's going to be right there on my king. And so I avoided that this time. And I guess I'm going to have to castle because of the protection of that square. So he takes. He's got the knights. Okay, so we have queen trade. I'm not sure if he has an attack. I mean, knight here forces me to open up because of the smothered mate. Usually knight there, you can't move king over because you could just place a queen in. So you get a lot of smothered mates on this one. So, okay, so he goes for the sack. I guess I gotta go like this, defend this way. So now I could run. At least get his queen. Might have to sacrifice 2 rooks. He might have me here, but we'll see. Okay, so he takes. I guess I gotta take this pawn. so see what's going on here. I'm not sure. He sacrifices his queen. I don't think that makes. Phone's ringing. Nothing spam call. I'm not sure if the queen sacrifice works. So as I said, this first game I'm playing the strongest player. So most of these games I'll probably be playing players substantially weaker than me, and we'll get to see some nice attacks. So here. So he's running out of material. So I mean, he could do the knight check. You see all this material, like, because he keeps me in check basically every move or threats to so it's unclear. He's running out of material here, and he's running out of time. So he could play the rook there, then I take the knight, and he's really got nothing better than to exchange and then king back, and I think I could probably be safe. This knight here, he's got to get more material in it, and really all the material is off the board right now. So the interesting part, the material is controlled because the only material that exists is really the material that's off the board right now. So run there. I guess I'm just gonna go there because I mean if he takes, he doesn't have enough material, so I just gotta place some material. If I place the queen, like I don't want to trade the queen right away, so I didn't want to place heavy material. I want to place lighter material in order to get pieces on the board, because like trade and then you could just keep on placing the queen, and a placeable queen is more powerful than so now he only has bishops. Get that pawn in there. I think I got mate now. He has to take that. Oh no, he doesn't have to take that, but let me try like this. So Doooovid is going to win here on time. Okay, so we spent a lot of time thinking there. That took a longer game. It wasn't a quick defeat. So this player is 1700, decent player. Like I'll probably be playing a lot of players that are weaker than this. So even 1700, relatively is a semi-high ranking in this event. Come in there. So a little careful. Bishop out. Okay, use that to be able to place a piece. That gives me the opportunity to place a piece. Placing a piece is always advantageous to have more pieces on the board. Although that pin was kind of obvious, that pin was obvious that he was going to do. So it probably wasn't the greatest move. He could place a piece here on f3. He chooses not to do that. I could try placing on f3, but I'm a little bit worried about that f3. So knight here, double purpose, defend this square and attack this one. So he goes in. Yeah, that was a bad move. Like I screwed this up already. Like I'm not necessarily lost. Because I have so much material aimed at his king. So like I'm down a substantial. Look at all this material he has on the side that he could be placing right now, or but because all this stuff is aimed right at his king, And he could only play one move here, really. So I mean, he could play like a rook down here or something like that, and so if he goes like that, let me see. He doesn't have a threat, so I'll make a threat. If he takes, my bishop is hanging, so he takes that. He still doesn't have a check. So now he is in a little bit danger. Okay, that's a queen. So I get a queen here. So yeah, he's in some trouble here. I might even play pawn here first. So this should be game. I should be able to win this pretty quickly now. So you see all this material on the side here. Um, like I'm gonna play pawn here. I don't even need to take the queen. Side mate without even taking the queen there. Okay, so Doovid's in first, thank God. Jim, thanks for coming on. Just thought I'd play some chess. Like all these debates and coming on and talking. Let me get a game. 64 players here. Give me a game. Um, that we get some bunny crushing or whatever. So here another 1700. These guys aren't horrible. I messed that one up. I gave chances that I didn't have to there in that game. So I don't know. People play this and the queen. It lets my knight come out with tempo. I don't think that's that good. I'm usually pretty happy. I'm more worried when people play, like the fried liver type everything, go aiming at attacking f7. This worries me much less. So you'll be able to attack this knight. If he goes this way, I could already place a pawn here. He goes that way, I could place a pawn here. So he's already got himself into quite a bit of trouble. I mean, he could place a pawn here and then I'd probably take it. So he doesn't take. That may not have been, may not have been worthwhile to take that, but like when in doubt, usually take that. And we'll see here. You could potentially win a bishop. Okay, so I got all 4 knights. So if he takes, that way, okay, here comes this knight in here. If he goes back, I could place a knight here and fork the queen. If he goes back 1, I play knight takes bishop, and then I could place the bishop. Because in this crazy horse, you have to feed your own material. So, look at all these knights I have pounding in on them. So I have no more material to place. I'm not sure. I might have messed that up. Yeah, I think I messed that up. I probably had better. So if he blocks, I probably grab it. Okay, this now the pawn's pinned. I could take that. So look at how fun this crazy horse variant is, and okay, let's take that bishop. Slide this bishop in here. He's just really bad situation. He's got nothing, no attack on my king. No, he's got his pieces. He doesn't even have a chance to place them. I think I'm just going to go this way. Like I would have played knight there, but try here. He just doesn't have a chance to place any material. That's the advantage of what I'm doing to him here. And take this pawn. I need some sort of material. Yeah. I probably messed that up. Yeah, like I messed that up. I gave him. I didn't have to let him come back like that. Okay. So I'm going to be able to get the rook with check, take. I'm going to get the rook with check. He's almost down on time too, so I probably had a better. I probably had better technique. He's got a very difficult time because he's got to place material without so I just attack his knight. He's got pretty permanent structural weaknesses right there. See, like, I could probably just take this. Pop this knight down, check. And he moves on time. We didn't lose on time yet. Okay. Yeah, my opponents have been rather slow. So all my opponents have been from the top players. So if they give me some weaker opponents, I'll show some kind of like these just crushing attacks. Okay, so they're still giving me pretty tough opponents. You usually that this fianchetto is extremely dangerous on his part. Okay. I'm not sure if this is a quick win. So my Crazy Horse rating's a little, over 2,000. I'm gonna sack the queen. Okay. He doesn't have, too much, winning a queen. I got to be careful of giving him a checkmate chance. So if he, pawn here turning it into a knight is a threat. Okay. Oops. I meant to turn into a knight. I forgot I got to hold the alt button down, but, so now he, okay, so that wins a queen. He didn't, so this should be over in spades. He doesn't really have any spite checks. I got, if he takes the rook, queen down here is mate. So he resigns. They keep on giving me top players here. So, like sometimes if they give me weaker players, I could sometimes, get a real lead going here. But I keep on playing top players. I probably should have played D5 there. That was a mistake. I should have played that the first time. Okay, that was my idea. I take, and now my rook is on his queen. Well, I don't know if I have a follow-up. He probably just plays bishop here. So it wasn't really that good. He could just play okay. So it wasn't really as good as I hoped. Okay. I'm just going to play defensive. I mean, he could nab this pawn here. I'll go knight here. Now, pawn here. Kind of lame. I mean, he could play pawn here. That's probably a good move. Play like this. Okay. So this long trade-off, and definitely give this knight check here. If he plays there, play. This check. Tickle. Try bishop here. Take that knight. That was the idea. Okay. Okay, so my king is basically completely safe here. So do pawn there. If he takes the knight, then I could take this rook and turn it into a knight, and I should have mate. So if he tries to take the knight, not realizing that I could promote to a knight, he's in trouble. If he sacrifices the rook, okay, so got to hold down the Alt button. So I promote that to a knight. Now I have a rook. Okay, well, I guess I have to take that and just hope his king being wide open is, he doesn't really have anything. He doesn't have anything, like, I mean, you try his knight here, I could take with the knight. So I have, let me see, if he blacks, so if he blacks and cuts off coordination with the queen, then I have rook here, checkmate. So now he's in substantial trouble. If he moves up, pawn here will be checkmate. So he really has to block with the queen. It's his only move, or otherwise he's mate in one. Okay, he blocks with the queen, it's his only move. And that's mate. Okay. So, okay, here's a weaker player now. So maybe I'll get a quicker victory. Although he's got some wins under his belt. So It's unclear. He might be better at this game than regular chess. But, the basic attack strategy, kind of like the King's Gambit, where it's not the greatest opening, but there's a lot of ideas and people fall for it. So just this basic attack strategy, take, I'm going to put the knight in on it, and I'm just going to keep on attacking until I create a hole here, and hopefully he won't have time to create any counterplay. So that's the basic strategy. Oh, that woman, thanks for joining. Okay, and that's just bad. So he just, now he's got to pop his bishop in on there. And I'm going to play this bishop here. So, I'm saying he didn't play the best defense here. So, I'm already threatening. Maybe it wasn't the best. Okay, if he... So I don't have anything. Unfortunately, I don't have anything. I got to retreat. But no harm, little... Okay, that's a free pawn. Take that. It's a free pawn. That's a free rook. Okay, just take the material, because, now look at all this material I have ready to place on him. Try to come up with some strategy here to break through on him. Maybe I'll just play the rook in here, threaten pawn there. If he takes the knight, the bishop comes all the way back. He's got no material to place. So, okay, this was my plan. Okay, that was my plan. If he takes with the queen, I could even... Okay, so... Take. So if he takes with the knight, I have knight here, check, which might be enough to mate him, I'm not sure. Okay, bishop there, king there. He doesn't have any immediate threats, so I'm just going to take this. If he takes with the knight, okay. So I'm just slowly eliminating his pieces. I'm just going to go like this because he doesn't have any checks right now on me. And that should be pretty decisive, so... Okay, this is the double check I was hoping for. So, was king here his only move? So that pawn here does that finish him off? Okay, so I guess at least I win the queen. He still doesn't have any checks, so I could just take the queen. The material is just such an advantage. Although, I mean, he really drained my time on this one. Okay, so this guy is really running away with it because I haven't had enough quick victories. So I'm going to try for a quick victory. That wasn't really enough of a quick victory. I'm still in the leaderboard. There's almost 100 players here. So pretty big turnout. So this pin is integral. This is the same thing I play. I don't castle. Okay, so that's my knight get in. There's a few different strategies I use. You'll see what he plays. Yeah, I think I fall for that too often. Like, I forget that he could play. I mean, he could have used his own bishop even. So that was probably just a bad move. I probably had better. If you think about what I want to do about that. Now he's got, knight there, and I got to retreat. Okay. So we just have a whole big exchange. I think I castle. Although I'm not really liking how I played this. I really didn't want to have to do that. Yeah, the bishop just a completely wasted piece. So he got me. I crumpled down and wasted all of my pieces. It's not working out the way I wanted. I almost have to play pawn here to open up my king, open up some space here. So I really messed this one up. So I mean, this guy's not horrible. Yeah, but that's a good move. It's unfortunate. Well, that's mate. That is not good. If I wanted to take the bishop, but then I made it. This is ugly. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this one. This is horrible. Yeah, I'm just lost. That's mate in one. Oh man. 6 out of 7. Not good. Down and the Revenge Seeker. Okay, so I got to get some quick wins here. I'm gonna come back. I got to get my streak back because the way you get more points when you have a streak going. So I have to. Get some quick victories. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Oh, I got to place all my knights down. Figure this out. I guess I gotta go like that. So he takes this knight, I take with the pawn. I don't have anything to place down. If I had a pawn there to place, I would have placed. So he allows that. So if he goes up, I have knight here, check, winning the queen. Okay, so that's going to be good. probably could just play here because I'm gonna have mate. If he, I mean, bishop here. Usually, you want to avoid these bishops here, but he just doesn't have enough material. Now he's out of checks. And queen here is a very strong threat. Okay. So first has a pretty big lead on me. And whoever this guy is, he's 9 out of 9. He's just destroying. Like this. I don't know why he did that. Double exchange. I don't think he wants to sack his queen. I wonder how good this is. Bishop here, then I have knight check. It's probably just not good enough. Bishop there, knight there, pawn takes queen, blacks with a bishop. I could play bishop there. I just see what happens. Okay, so now he has to do it. So I have a whole nother queen. Okay, so I got it. Okay, thank God. Hope you enjoyed that, mate. That was a pretty good one. Hope you enjoyed that combination there. So the some of the fun of that. Okay, so we push pawn there. Like I got to push the pawn up too. And if he goes places the knight down. I think I'm just pop the pawn in here. So I'm just going to go back and I have the weakness to work with. Okay, so I'm just going to go in. He gave me a, like a permanent weakness basically to work with. Bishop. Here. Okay, so he wastes that move because now he's probably going to have to trade everything anyways and just walks into these forced trades. So this is definitely looking good. Bishop here. If he goes out, yeah, I don't think he wants to run this way, so you know, almost has to do that. If he takes with the pawn, yeah, he's in trouble. So bishop check here. So if he blacks, then I have knight check. and I'll be able to take this next move. So knight is mate. He can't sacrifice a knight because that would be mate. Knight place here is mate. All three knights are off the board right now. Okay. And just win the queen. He like, you know, he's just too slow to get a counterattack here. So I could just play there, queen check. If he goes out, I have queen check, and then place a pawn. So queen check, yeah. He just didn't have any counterplay. All that material on the board wouldn't have helped him. Okay, so this guy's still undefeated in front of me, but I got a few quick victories in there. I mean, usually that sacrifice at the beginning isn't so good. Yeah, I mean that bishop on him there too. So I'm gonna do this. I guess I gotta just take. So it takes back that way. This here, if he takes, I take with the pawn. My king is relatively safe here. I mean, if he had a ton of material, he doesn't. You know, his knight doesn't have that many good squares. And so he gives me the knight. Okay. So he just doesn't have... pawn here is a pain. I mean, you could play pawn here, but I'm taking the queen, so I gotta be a tad bit careful, you know, to leave these holes for like a pawn in there. So he just gives me a chance to place material with tempo. It's not what you want to do. You got to think that through. When you move your queen around, you really don't want to place your queen in a square where, you know, like I'm just going to attack it with tempo. Okay, so pawn here is pretty powerful. If he takes, I got the knight in here. Okay, so I have the knight in here. Okay, so I'm going to sacrifice that. I'm going to be a little bit careful because my king isn't that safe. Okay, so that's going to be all she wrote. Just check. 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 Mate. Okay. Over 100 players here. This guy in first, you know, I'm almost catching up. If I get a few pairings, if I get a few weaker pairings that play quickly, you know, I'll be able to score a few quick victories. See some nice attacks there. I like to have it completely one-sided, where basically it's all attacking, and you know, he doesn't have any counterattacks. But in this sense, because the material sacrifices, you could always just place material right near the king. It's hard to do that. So I'm going to go for this, allowing, like, you know, if he takes, allowing the opening of my rook file here. So he doesn't have, you know, if he had a pawn here to place, that could be annoying. But okay, so I take with the pawn, and you know, opens the rook file. Take. So it takes with the knight. Then I'm going to place another bishop right in there on it, and it's defended. if he takes with a pawn, yeah, so if he places a bishop there, I play knight takes bishop and then pop another knight right in there. Okay, so that's bad. Now he's in trouble. So threaten the double attack here. He still doesn't really have anything. And that's a decent defensive move. I'll allow him to sack if he wants. So he plays bishop here. That could be annoying. Okay, so playing bishop here was probably his best move. So I'm going to take, because he doesn't, I mean, he has a queen, but he doesn't have any openings to get in on me. So, I mean, he wastes his queen right away. Weaker player wastes the queen. I have the bishop right in on him immediately. I'm just going to take here. He's going to have to sacrifice like both queens. Okay, stick this pawn in on here on him. He just doesn't have enough, because if he places something down there, I could just take it with the knight. So I mean, I gave. Oh, so this guy lost. So the guy who beat me the first round has lost. Okay, so he forgot that his queen's hanging. Kind of annoying. So I thought I could just play here. So I might have to win this on time. That's a free piece. Okay, I gotta go back. He doesn't even have anything to place in on there. Okay, it's got way too many pieces in on that. So he crumbles the time, just giving away material for nothing. Crumbled in the last few seconds. He doesn't even have any material to block, so that's mate. So Doooovid back in first place. Thank God, right here in first, I got over 10 people watching, got a minion. So depending on the pairings, the guy who beat me in the first round, he lost another game, and that's my only loss. He's right up there on me. I have a full game ahead of him. The guy, oh, and I get a weak pairing. So this is could be a gift. Gave me a very weak pairing. I guess I'm just going to take that. I'll allow him. I don't know. Strategy. Okay, that's the problem with that. Is just place a pawn right there in on him. Okay, so this guy tied me. Give me a quick victory. He's got me beat on tie breaks. I guess he beat me the first game. I'm not sure if that's... Okay, take that. Try knight check. And that was probably dumb because that knight was hanging for free. That was really dumb. I mean, the knight was hanging for free. That was like really dumb. I can't believe I did that. Okay, gives me a rook. Okay, bishop here. So if he moves the queen, I have rook here, mate. So we'll see if he allows rook. Okay, so thank God he walked into mate. So let's see if I get another easy peering. I could really pull ahead here. Yeah, I mean, Sicilian's probably not that good. So in this case, so I play d4, instead of d3 because he didn't, play as aggressively. So play d4, get my knight in. Okay, so now this square is very weak. If he doesn't move the knight, okay, so he moves the knight to defend. If he hadn't moved the knight, pawn there would have snapped his knight. So I'm going to take that. Well, okay. I don't know how to punish that. I don't really have a piece to put in there right away, so I'm just going to continue with the plan I had of attacking there. I want a quick victory, so that's fine. If he takes the knight, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to play their check first. Knight there. So if he moves back, I could play... Really, I play queen takes pawn. Okay, he moves up. Okay. There, keep him from running. Rook check. Be careful not to let him win these pawns back. Okay, I'll just play. This should work because now bishop check, queen here, and mate. So it took a little longer than I want. This guy got ahead. He got the quick victory. Now he's got a block, and that's mate. Okay, well, he did beat me the first game. It's my only loss, so if I don't get first to this guy, in all fair, I mean, he did beat me. He's higher rated than me also. But I was able to pull ahead of... okay, he just doesn't have anything, any material. I don't think that sacrifice in the long term is worth it. Be a little careful of the knight hole. Okay, that's fine. I'll just take, places another knight, it's fine. You really want to have to use a knight. Thank God he took. He shouldn't have taken that. I didn't want to have to play the knight, but I mean, okay, take that. check here. I'm going to play here. I really like that, but he definitely should have put the knight there. Because I think now he's in some trouble. Oh, besides that, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Can't take his mate. It's not looking good. I think I could run. Yeah, I think I could run. I mean, knight would mate, but the only, here, I mean, you could take this knight. Really, you could take that knight. It'd be painful, but then I have pawn here, and then knight here. Okay, so I think that's a good move because yeah. Okay, so now I just play here, and he's got nothing. So it's going to be close. He hasn't won yet, so it's very close. If he loses this game, I have first. Mate is imminent here. I mean, like, he doesn't really have too good defenses. I don't think so. If he tries bringing the queen to defend, I'd probably just play bishop here. Maybe I play queen check here first. Just I don't want to let him. Okay, so he lets me win the queen with check. It was like. He just doesn't even have a check. I mean, you could do pawn here, but and mate. So it's really close for first here. Me and him really ran away with it. 2 players over 2,000. You really just ran away with it, but I gotta play quick to make sure I get this victory. It's possible, time that the person could let the time run out. Okay, so that's a good start. It's a pin and win. Take that back. He was reasonably well defended there, but let's open him up. Be surgical about this. Just slowly open him up or quickly open him up. Take that. Bishop here on him. Knight check. Now he's almost got a sack. And he's giving me a rook. So it's almost mate. Oh, this guy won quickly. I'm just not going to get first here. So it just doesn't look likely. Well, he's got to... I mean, that was bad. Now he's got to... might check here first. Okay, this is over. And mate. Okay. Very little chance for a quick first place. Tiny chance to get a quick place, first place here. Let's see what happens. Can I get a game? 105 players. Can I get a quick game? I mean, he might win another game too, but if, quick game is my only chance for first. I can't even get a game. I'm waiting for a game. Kind of game. Yeah, I don't think the Carol Khan is such a good choice, although one here, serious threat. Bishop here. Don't have any pieces. Only 30 seconds. Don't have any pieces. Second place. Okay, so I just couldn't get a quick win there. This guy, he beat me the first game, so no complaints. Over 50 points. That's about as good. When you're getting over 50, that's a lot of wins. So whoever this is, no information. So I'm a better over the board player than him, but whoever that is, he beat me the first game fair and square. So, signing off. I'll put in the link in the chess.com. It's over 100 players, second place. So I wasn't reading the chat because I was playing. Yeah, I'm about to go down to the Detroit Institute of Art for the chess club. And so hope people enjoyed that. Some pretty good times. I'll read back the chat later. So blessings, everyone. If anyone has a quick thought, they could say it to me now, or I'm about to end the stream. So do it at Doooovid. I really enjoy that Crazy Horse variant. Like the regular chess is fun, but this Crazy Horse variant is it's a lot of fun. It's a lot more exciting. You get a lot more crazy attacks. It's more creative, definitely more creativity than regular chess. And Bug House is a good game because of communication with a partner. But to eliminate the communication with a partner is a different dynamic. So I guess no direct comments from me in the chat. I'll check it back later. And God bless everybody. Shabbat Shalom. I hope to have a week in review on Sunday. I hope to live stream this Let me show. I'm gonna try to. My old friend Rishulem Mordecai Ravashkin is going to be in Detroit Sunday night, so I hope actually to see if I could live stream that. I knew him pretty well, or his family. I definitely was Shabbos meal with his father, his brother-in-law Rabbi Balkany, who actually had a chess set. I played chess in Rabbi Balkany's house many times. Um, so if I could live stream that, I'm going to try to live stream that. And I became vegetarian partly because of that, and see what happens. So God bless everybody. Take care. Shabbat shalom. I'm gonna end the stream.